Hi, I'm Michael Newrock, and in this lesson we're going to go over trading style and higher time frame settings. So I'm just going to open up the indicator. So right click anywhere on the chart, click indicators list, then trend profiteer end. We've got the trend settings at the beginning, and then we've got trading style and the higher time frame settings. So with trading style, you can see this field here, conservative trading. So it's a simple true false field. If it's set to false, it's going to trade or alert to all trades, both conservative and aggressive. If you just want to be alerted to conservative trades, change that to true. Okay, I leave it on false just to give me a wider range of options available. But if you do want to just be alerted to conservative trades, whether they're trend trades or swing trades, just set that to true. Okay, so high time frames. Now we've got the 3 high time frames. Now we've got them set for the high time frame one being the 4-hour, that's the H4, and the second high time frame D1 for daily, and third high time frame W1. So what you can do is you can adjust these to anything that you want. So you can have, say, your first high time frame to be the 1-hour instead of the 4-hour, and you might want your second high time frame to be the 4-hour, not the daily, and you might want the third high time frame to be the daily, not the monthly. Okay, so that's all you need to do to change that, and then your chart or your alerts will be based on these high time frames. So the important thing to remember here is that if you're trading with the Trade Assistant as well, you need to change the settings in the Trade Assistant as well as in the indicator, so they're both in synchronization using the same high time frames. That also applies for this trend settings. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the previous lesson. If you change anything in the indicator, you got to change it in the Trade Assistant or the EA as well, whatever it happens to be. So let's just go over the other fields here. You've got true, false fields for using the trend of the high time frame one, using the swing of the high time frame one. So what you can do is you can say, well, I want to ignore the swings on the first high time frame. You can change that to false. Now, I never generally use this, but it just offers that little bit extra flexibility. And then you've got for each one of these, and you can do that obviously for higher time frame 2 and higher time frame 3. You've got the true false fields for whether you want to use the trend and the swing. And finally, you've got the pip requirements of each higher time frame. So on the shorter higher time frames, I usually have a lower pip number, say 1. I've got 3 for the second higher time frame and 5 for the third higher time frame. Now, unless you really feel compelled to do so, you can just leave these on default as well as the high time frames being 4-hour daily and weekly. You can change it to 1-hour, 4-hour daily, as I mentioned before. You can even change. You can even go up. You can base it on the daily, weekly, and monthly higher time frames. So all of that is covered more in the user guide and the quick reference guide. Of course, as I was saying before, you've got to change the settings in the Trade Assistant as well. And these pip requirement fields just relate to how close do the moving averages need to be, the fast moving average and the slow moving average, to each other before it's a indeterminate value. And the way that's displayed on the charts is with a blue bidirectional or double head arrow. So in other words, if it's more than 1 pip away, then it's one direction or the other. If it's within 1 pip of each other, then and this relates to the trends, not the swings, um, then you're going to get a blue bidirectional field. So you can if you want to be more definite, you can increase this value to say 2 pips or 3 pips even. Then the higher time frame 2 to say 5 pips. Particularly when you're using a daily, you can do that. But again, I have them at these settings just so it gives me a little bit better options. But if you want to filter them out, you can just increase the pip requirements on the higher time frames to whatever settings you choose. And that is going to be used as a basis for your higher time frames. So that concludes this lesson. Until next time, good trading, live well, and I'll see you soon.